Honestly, it feels like I only go to 3 rail fanning spots in Norwalk, Connecticut: the South Norwalk Station, Merritt 7 Station, and the SoNo Switch Tower Museum. Well, for this video, we're hitting the hat trick because that's all the spots that we'll be covering in what I like to call the Good Catch Roundup, featuring a weekend's worth of notable catches at South Norwalk Station and ending up with both days at the Merritt 7 Station. Then, some thrown in extra bits of goodies from a few days later on a Wednesday SoNo Switch Tower hangout night, ending off with a sighting of the late-night loaded stone train Providence and Worcester CT2 making a run up to Danbury. This video starts out on Saturday, July 20th, 2024. Thinking that I was going to get blocked, Metro North train 6549 is seen departing from the westbound end of the Track 3 platform at the South Norwalk Station. Thankfully, train 6549 cleared just in time for eastbound Amtrak Regional Train 140 coasting by on Track 2. Now back at the eastbound end of the Track 3 and 5 platform, MTA BL20GH111 departs Track 5 with Metro North train 6846 to Danbury. Normally, I'd have never even bothered filming one of those BL20 blowers and waste any memory card space on these junk wagons. But I had a good reason, which shows up in short order as Amtrak Vermonter Train 57 meets 6846 just outside of the station, passing westbound on Track 2. Next up, a double-headed Amtrak Regional Train 165 is seen coasting by westbound on Track 2. From the middle of the Track 3 platform, Amtrak Regional Train 168 is seen on Track 2 eastbound, chasing down Metro North Train 6554, arriving to a stop on the Track 4 platform at the South Norwalk Station as darkness begins to set in. Metro North train 6862 is seen arriving on the Track 4 eastbound platform with CT Rail EMD GP40-3H 6698 leading the 3-car Danbury branch shuttle to a stop at the South Norwalk station. I rode train 6862 one stop to the Merritt 7 station and got one more shot of the train departing towards Danbury with CT Rail 6698 leading. On the next day of a sunny Sunday, July 21st, 2024, I went out once again to railfen at South Norwalk. Starting off with Metro North train 6849 westbound crossing over the Monroe Street Bridge as the train pulls to a stop on the stub-ended Track 5. I had just enough time to run back up onto the eastbound Track 3 and 5 platform for this awesome 3-train meet. 2 deadhead trains meet the idling 6849 as Metro North train 5149 roars past westbound on Track 1, passing by train 5544 eastbound on Track 2. With a loud Jeep idling away at the end of Track 5, I moved to the middle of the Track 3 platform for the passage of the Amtrak Vermonter 57. At the controls was my friend nicknamed Bird Boy for his hobby of liking birds and the reaction I showed him every time he cruised past doing a crazy horn show where I flapped my arms up and down like I was listening to a flock of seagulls. You can see him wave out the window as he passed by with Amtrak Vermonter train 57 westbound on Track 2. Relocating back to my favorite afternoon spot, Amtrak Acela 2254 passes through long afternoon shadows eastbound on Track 2. Take a note of how filthy the lead cab car is with a big dirt spot on the nose. You can see why Amtrak is looking to replace these older Acela train sets. Double headers are always cool to see, especially with a friendly engineer at the helm. Here, Amtrak Regional Train 135 trundles westbound on Track 2. Running not too far behind 135 was Amtrak Acela 2259 westbound in nice lighting on track 2. Now here's a funky arrangement. No, I'm not talking about jazz music. I'm talking about Amtrak Regional Train 96 as it meanders through the South Norwalk station with what looks to be a normal everyday kind of train on track 2 eastbound, with ACS 64 640 leading. But bringing up the rear of Amtrak 96 was ACS 64 670. An engine on the back of a train like this is quite rare, and I've shown several instances of double headers on multiple trains in this video. That's quite normal, but an engine on the back of a train is quite strange. As dusk begins to take hold of the scene, Amtrak Regional Train 167 with a friendly engineer glides by westbound on track 2. As a noted distinction, ACS 64 660 is using its front pantograph versus most units using their back pantograph. I don't know, it was an odd thing to see as the train passed. Maybe I'm reading too much into it? Yeah. A Sunday special no-stop Amtrak Acela 2275 tries to sneak past westbound on track 2. With a shy-sounding horn on Amtrak Power Car 2018. With the drone of a Jeep pushing, Metro North Train 6861 eases into the South Norwalk station westbound to a stop on track 3 with a Jeep E40-3H on the rear. Needing more content for Jeep to the Face, I ran to the other end of the Track 3 platform to get a shot of Metro North Train 6861 departing South Norwalk westbound towards Stamford with a Jeep shoving hard on the rear end.
Later that night.
After a full day of rail fanning, it was now time to go home. But that wily Dispatcher F had one more surprise in store for me. Amtrak Regional Train 146 on track 4 eastbound easily outpaces the slower Metro North Danbury branch shuttle 6862 arriving at South Norwalk onto track 3. With CT Rail EMD GP40-3H 6698 leading. As customary, I only rode 6862 one stop to the Merritt 7 station. At Merritt 7, train 6862 is seen departing towards Danbury with a Jeep to the face, knocking over my camera. Moving right along, a few days later on Wednesday, July 24th, 2024, I was back at the Merritt 7 station with a much more sturdier camera placement and setup at the southbound side of the station to film the arrival of Metro North train 1868 with the Conrail Heritage Unit 201 leading towards Danbury. The big yellow nose of Conrail Heritage Unit 201 stands out as the northbound train 1868 is seen arriving at the Merritt 7 station under a muted gray sky. Train 1868 departs Merritt 7 towards Danbury with MTA 6105 Cheer of the Clouds bringing up the markers with a nice conductor in the doorway saying goodbye. As customary for Wednesday night, I went to the SoNo Switch Tower Museum to shoot the breeze and shoot some trains, starting off with Amtrak Regional Train 178 with double-headed ACS 64s eastbound on the nicely lit up Track 2. Cutting through the darkness directly into the spotlights is Amtrak Regional Train 136, eastbound on Track 2. This was one of those magical nights where all the trains were running on Track 2 directly under the nice spotlights of the SoNo Switch Tower Museum. Then later, Amtrak Regional Train 67 with marker lights on between the cars cruises by westbound on Track 2. Keeping the Track 2 running pattern alive, Metro North Train 1997 trundles past with CT Rail EMD GP40-3H 6698 pushing westbound on Track 2. As the big loud EMD slipped into the darkness, that signaled the end of rail fanning for that night. Still bummed from the night before of not seeing any P&W, I ventured out to the Merritt 7 station on the night of Thursday, July 25th, 2024, with an OG painted P&W GE B39 3903 leading its orange puke-painted sister 3902. Loaded stone train P&W CT2 roars northbound towards Danbury. Changing camera angles, orange puke-painted P&W GE B39 3901 brings up the rear of the loaded stone train, completing the match sequentially numbered power of P&W CT2 and bringing it to a close as the train disappears around the curve northbound into the darkness, working up the Danbury branch. Thanks for watching. I truly appreciate it. I know this was kind of like a clip show filler episode of a sitcom for multiple days and nights of rail fanning. Be sure to like this video and make sure to subscribe to this channel, as more videos will be posted very soon.